It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another sneak peek breakdown for the upcoming episode of Fear the Walking Dead. This is my sneak peek breakdown for a sneak peek from Season 6, Episode 3, which is called Alaska. This is an interesting sneak peek, and it actually sees the return of the CRM. The CRM is back on Fear the Walking Dead. Like I actually speculated, but I didn't think it would happen this early. But it's interesting that they're bringing CRM back on Fear the Walking Dead this early. But it's not only the return of CRM, but it's the return of Isabelle. Well, kind of, and I'll talk about that. So this sneak peek is actually just Althea. So we have Althea, she's poking around in some sort of a medical building. Maybe it's a hospital, maybe something like that. But she's just looking around, and then as she's looking around, she hears the radio, which she's carrying, it's in her bag, start to speak. In the walkie or the radio, someone on the other side says, "What is your current location?" And then repeat, "What is your current location?" And Althea starts taking off her bag, and then she takes the radio out, and then in the voiceover, it says, "Go again, ground command, you're breaking up," and this time, it's actually a woman talking. And I didn't even put two and two together. At this point, I'm like, it's just a CRM soldier. But in the radio, the first person says, "What's your current location? Ground 17. And then Althea takes out her notepad to jot down a few notes. And then on the radio, it says, "We're waiting out some weather, then we'll head to Dropside Baker for a refuel." This is again another woman talking. So there's a guy and a woman talking on the radio. The guy we probably don't know and don't care about, but the woman is actually Isabelle. The guy says, "Will you arrive by 0400, which means 4 a.m. So will you make it to the drop site by 4 a.m.? To which Isabelle replies affirmative. Right after that, we actually see Althea jot that down. Drop site Baker, which is exactly what was said on the radio. And then right after that, Isabelle says, "Do you copy?" And then right after that, Althea looks at the note and then takes out the radio and says, "I copy Isabelle." So it's obviously Isabelle. I don't see it being anyone else, but that's very, very interesting. Now, this could connect to the few shots we had of Althea on top of a roof. The reason I think she went to the top of the roof is to signal, basically fire a shot with the flare gun and signal to Isabelle that she's there. Or maybe she's just up there to see if she can spot the drop site. But that's very interesting. Now, that's the end of the actual sneak peek, but there are two other shots that were in other trailers, which are definitely part of the same scene. One is right here, which is pretty much the exact same thing, but in the background, we actually see a walker approaching Althea. So that probably takes place right after the sneak peek ends. But then we have this shot of a walker that looks very similar to the walker that we just saw right here. But they're dressed differently, which is weird. But I think that is Althea trying to fight off the walker. But that's pretty much it. That was everything that was in the sneak peek. Very interesting stuff. Again, I didn't think that the CRM would come back in the story unfeared this early, but they're back, so that's interesting. And it's interesting that they actually brought Isabelle back this early. Unless it's not Isabelle, but I doubt it. I think that was Isabelle. But again, Isabelle is not back because we just heard her voice. Doesn't mean she's really back. Also, now that we're on the CRM topic, there is actually another theory out there that the submarine that we saw in the first episode is also connected to the CRM storyline. You can actually click the link that's going to drop on the top right to go check that video out. I talk in detail about that theory and how everything could come together in that sense. So make sure to go check that out if you're interested. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.